Hello there, my friends. Chris Marcus here with you for Arcadia Economics. And one of the questions I get most often, especially in these times when gold and silver markets are so active, is how do you actually buy gold and silver? I know that's new for a lot of people. Fortunately, it's actually pretty simple. And I am joined today by Andy Schectman of precious metals dealer Miles Franklin. And Andy, just any simple advice, for people who've never done this before, if they want to buy gold and silver, where do they start and how do they do that?
Hey, yeah, thanks, Chris. Well, first they start with hopefully by contacting someone at Miles Franklin, myself, or any of our personnel, and get your questions answered. The most important thing is to feel good about what you're doing and to sleep well at night. And the most important asset someone can own is peace of mind. And if you're doing something just because you think it's the right thing to do, but you're not quite comfortable about it, that's not good either. So start by getting educated, asking questions. That's something that we believe very strong in education, answering questions, and earning someone's trust. As far as placing an order, it couldn't be easier. It's as simple as calling, deciding what product you want, figuring out a price, locking it in on a verbal handshake. We send an invoice to our clients, typically by email. When that is received, clients will pay by personal check, by ACH, or by wire. Upon clearing of funds, everything is shipped out by insured mail. Typically, we ship everything through UPS insured. We only insure things through UPS for a very limited amount, maybe a couple $100. That's just to pull it out of the Amazon stream. Doesn't matter how large the order is, it will only have minimalistic insurance on it with adult signature required. We insure the rest of it through a tracking program through Lloyd's of London that mirrors or syncs up with either United States Postal or UPS, so that the driver who delivers the package to someone's house has no idea that they're bringing a highly insured package. They just know that it should be taken extra care of because it's insured for a little bit and it has adult signature required. These days, the UPS drivers are ringing the doorbell and waiting till someone answers, handing it to them, not requiring the signature, but nonetheless, it is certainly door-to-door service. Make sure that it's an adult, not a child, receiving the package, verified, and it's that simple, literally. Place the order, pay for it, receive it. That's it.
Yeah, Andy, I appreciate that. And I'd like to add, we actually began our relationship and met when I was in one of those unfortunate times in life when I had to sell some silver. Never fun or easy to do, but it was certainly, there was a lot of emotion behind it. And then on top of it, I'm wondering, where do I send, a couple tens of thousands of dollars worth of metal? How do I do this? I was overwhelmed by boxes and stuff. I appreciate you made that easy. You talked me through it. You told me what kind of packing tape to use and all of that. Because again, it's just when it's new to people, it can be a little confusing. And before we let you run here, I'd just like to add that I appreciate you've set up Arcadia at Miles Franklin so that people who listen to the show, have at least my recommendation. I appreciate what you said about it's your decision what you buy or sell. But if you're looking for a safe place to buy metal or sell metal, whatever, or get storage or any of those other things, I feel comfortable recommending Andy, having known you for years, and anyone who places an order through Arcadia at Miles Franklin. You also have my own personal word and can come ask me if there's ever any need, which although fortunately in 29 years of doing business, I guess 30 years now of doing business now, Andy, I know you're fond of pointing out that you have never once had a customer complaint, because in the end, you get people good prices and you give them what they ask for. So thank you for doing that.
Of course, I appreciate that. It's a little, even a little deeper in that. On top of having an A+ rating, on top of never having a complaint, on top of being one of only 24 U.S. Mint representatives or authorized resellers in the world, state of Minnesota doesn't care about any of that. Where we're located, if you're not licensed and bonded as a precious metals dealer, you don't do business. It's the only state in America that requires that. So we are bonded, heavily bonded and insured and licensed, and we have continuing education and compliance that you know about. You've had to be licensed yourself, even to say these things. So the state of Minnesota, we're licensed, we're bonded, we're background checked, and no other state in America mandates that. most of the online dealers in the country will not deal into Minnesota because they themselves would need to be bonded and be subservient to the Minnesota Commissioner of Commerce, regardless of what state they're in. If they sell any gold into the state, that is a pretense. So we're very proud of our reputation, certainly, and thank you for bringing that up. But the state of Minnesota puts a big bow on that, making sure that all transactions are safe no matter what. And so given the opportunity to work with your clients, we'll uphold our reputation, and the state of Minnesota will hold our feet to the fire on that for sure.
Andy, I sure appreciate that. And again, folks, even if you're just getting into it, you want to know about some of the products that are available, pricing, you can find out any of that information at Arcadia at milesfranklin.com. And fortunately, Andy has been kind enough to commit to being a weekly guest on the show. So if you ever want any updates on what's going on in the markets, you can just hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, and stay tuned for updates like this.